So this is day one. I guess I'll start this out just giving you a synopsis of what the hurt and the healer is all about. I just want to share with everyone what I've experienced over the past, say, 5 years of the past almost 17 or so years that I've been dealing with lupus and all of the other autoimmune diseases that come with it. I know that there's a lot of people wondering what exactly is lupus. Why do some people who say they have lupus not look sick? Why do some people die and some people not? Well, there's a lot of questions floating around out there. I could name a million of them, but I just want to focus on the basis of the disease itself. Lupus is an autoimmune disease that causes your body to build up these little members within your system called autoimmune antibodies. And what these things do is they become extremely overactive in each person. And instead of protecting the individual as it should, it causes the immune system to overreact. This is what lupus does. And instead of just building up enough antibodies to protect you, it actually starts to attack specific parts of your body. Some people have only mild forms of lupus and it only affects their skin mildly, or they just have mild joint pain. Some people may just get fevers and aches and pains. But then there's people like me who have experienced everything that lupus has to come with under the sun. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And over these next few recordings, and maybe it'll be a few weeks and maybe it'll be a few months before we can get through even addressing all of the issues that God has allowed me to face and come through. You'll understand where I'm coming from. When I was 25, I'm pregnant with our third child, Jamila. That's when I started getting sick. And while I was pregnant, they tested me for everything. They couldn't find anything. And that's one big tricky part of lupus. It's called the disease of mystery, or AKA the wolf. It is like a wolf in sheep's clothing. It is very, very unpredictable, very painful, very hard to diagnose, very hard to treat, very hard to understand, because there's no two lupus patients that are the same. That's a big misconception a lot of people have. They look at one person and say, oh yeah, I know someone who has lupus. I know what you're going through. Unfortunately, that's probably not the case with most people. Most people who have any autoimmune condition or chronic illness would tell you that that's not the case with most autoimmune conditions, but lupus is definitely one of those that falls in that category. No two patients are the same. So for this first segment, what I want to do is just encourage everyone to log on to your computers or your mobile devices and just go to your web browser and type in www.lupus.org. Find out as much information as you can on your own so that you can get the basics about this condition, because this goes out to not only those who have just been diagnosed or may have been diagnosed for a while, but also to family members and friends who know people, co-workers even. You may run into someone who has this condition or a condition associated with lupus. It's so important that you understand at least the basics about this condition, just to even start to be a support system for those people. I have found, and I'll say this in closing, that of all the support aids that I have encountered throughout my journey with lupus and autoimmune conditions, is that there is one big fail-safe that we can fall to, and we can always depend on, and never have to worry that it's gone, or that it's going to be different, or we're going to get a no answer, or I can't help you, or there's nothing else I can do for you. Which lots of us in the autoimmune community here, there's hope. And that hope is in Jesus Christ. It's in the salvation of Jesus Christ through his sacrifice. People often look at me and they say, if you didn't say anything, or if you were not in a wheelchair, or if you weren't in the hospital, or if you weren't connected to these machines, or if you weren't having seizures or strokes, I wouldn't know that you were sick. I'm sure that that's the testament of about 70 to 80% or more of people with lupus. If we are taking care of ourselves and not playing the pity card, most of us can get by without even telling anyone until things get extremely severe. And that was the case for me. From the time that I was diagnosed with lupus until things went haywire in 2012, which you'll hear later on in some other segments. Most of my coworkers, most of my family, most of my friends had no idea that I had lupus, and they had no idea how severe it was, and they certainly had no idea that I had other conditions that went along with lupus. So, in saying all that, I just want to share with you all one last encouraging word. When you're feeling low and you feel like you have no one else to turn to, whether you're the patient, you're the caregiver, you're the family member, you're the friend, always remember that God is in our corner. He is our creator. He made us, and he knows us. And as you'll find in these upcoming segments, where the hurt that's coming from us exudes, the healer, if we let him, can come in and give us hope and give us that which man is not able to give. Healing inside and out. I want to share with you a lot of natural remedies, a lot of natural help, and that may come with some herbal suggestions and some food tips here and there, so that you can improve your diet, and some fitness things that may help you to keep yourself fit while you're on this journey, because all of those things are so important. But most of all, the spiritual aspect of things is what I want to hit on, because without the healer, our hurt can never be solved. Until we see you again, stay strong, stay positive, keep your head up, and know that there's always beauty where the hurt and the healer collide. Take care.